12-year-old Aidan Lockhart lived on the very edge of Colony Zone 7, one of the small human settlements built long ago on the distant green planet called Zephyria. His house stood alone near the red grass fields where few dared to go. Most people stayed inside the walls, away from the strange things that sometimes flew across the sky or crawled through the trees. But Aidan was not like most people. He liked the silence. He liked to explore, and he was always curious. That afternoon, while others were inside because of a storm warning, Aidan climbed the old fence and wandered into the red fields. His parents had told him never to go too far, but Aidan followed a glowing beetle, laughing softly as it danced through the tall grass. The wind howled. The sky above flickered with green lightning, but Aidan didn't stop. That's when he heard it. A soft sound, high and thin. It didn't sound like an animal. It sounded like a baby crying. Aidan froze. The sound came again, hidden under the crackling of dry grass and wind. He crouched low and moved slowly toward a thick bush of red thorns glowing faintly in the stormlight. The crying got louder, reached out and gently pushed the branches apart, and then he gasped. Lying curled on the ground, shaking and bleeding, was something Aidan had never seen before. It had silver-blue scales that shimmered like moonlight, a pair of tiny leathery wings folded over its body, and one big eye that blinked at him in fear. It was small, maybe the size of a house cat, but its claws were sharp and black, and its tail curled like a snake. Aidan whispered, "A baby dragon." The creature whimpered and tried to move, but winced in pain. A long cut ran along its side, and dried blood covered part of its wing. One leg was twisted. Aidan didn't think. He just acted. He pulled off his jacket and wrapped the creature inside it, careful not to hurt it more. Its body was warm, but weak. It was so light he could carry it with one arm. He stood up, looked around quickly, then began walking back through the field, his heart pounding in his chest. As he climbed the fence, lightning flashed across the sky. He didn't stop. When he reached his backyard, he rushed to the old shed behind the house. It was dusty and filled with old tools, but it was quiet and dry. Aidan placed the dragon gently on a blanket he found and covered it. The creature shivered, eyes wide. Aidan whispered, "I won't hurt you. You're safe now." He ran into the house, grabbed bandages, water, and leftover food. He worked carefully, cleaning the wound like his mom had taught him when he scraped his knee. The dragon flinched, but didn't fight. It watched him. Its breathing slowed. That night, Aidan stayed beside the creature, talking in a soft voice. He named her Luma. He told her stories about Earth, about school, about how lonely it felt out here, about how nobody really talked to him since his dad left the colony station. Luma blinked slowly. She didn't understand his words, but she stayed still. She licked the water he offered and ate a small piece of cooked chicken. Then, curled in a ball, she slept. Aidan stayed awake, watching her chest rise and fall. Outside, the storm passed. Stars returned to the sky, and deep in his heart, Aidan felt something strange, like he had done something important. The next morning, the world changed. Aidan woke to a strange sound. It was low, deep, and full of power like 1,000 drums shaking the sky. He stepped outside the shed and looked up. His mouth dropped open. His legs froze. The sky was full of dragons. Dozens of them. Huge ones with wings like ships, glowing with bright colors, blue, green, red, gold. Others were thin and long, flying like arrows. Some were crystal clear, like glass. The sound was their wings beating together. The sky looked like it was on fire. They were all heading toward his backyard. Aidan backed up slowly. One of the dragons, dark green with golden horns, landed with a thud so strong the ground shook. Its body was larger than a hover truck. Its eyes locked on him. Then another landed. Then another. Soon the yard was full. They stood in circles, their wings folding, their glowing eyes watching. Aidan couldn't breathe. From behind him, there was a sound, soft, sweet, and familiar. Luma Jot. She stepped out of the shed. Her body moved stronger now. No limp. Her wings lifted slightly as she gave a small chirping trill. The dragons answered. All at once, a wave of deep growls and trills filled the air. It was like thunder talking. One of the biggest dragons stepped forward. It was gold, with horns twisted like black stone. It bent down low. Its voice rumbled like mountains moving. "You are the one who saved our child." Aidan blinked. His mind was spinning. "Wait, what?" The golden dragon nodded slowly. Its eyes were soft, proud. "You gave food, you gave shelter. You asked for nothing." Aidan looked at Luma. She chirped again, and leaned against his leg. "You are now known to us," said the dragon. "You are Brightheart, the one who showed kindness when no one else would." Aiden opened his mouth, but no words came out. He had only tried to help a wounded creature. But now, the dragons had come. And they had come for him. Aiden stood frozen, as the golden dragon bowed its great head. Around him, the backyard trembled under the weight of more dragons landing, some with long glowing tails, others with horns shaped like swords, and one with wings that sparkled like stars. Everything he thought he knew about life changed in that moment. Just yesterday, he was a lonely boy chasing bugs. Today, dragons were speaking to him like he was someone important. "You are Brightheart," the golden dragon repeated, its voice deep and warm. "You saved the youngling of our queen. That act cannot be forgotten." Aiden's lips moved, but no sound came out. Luma, the baby dragon he had saved, was now sitting beside him, looking proud. She gave a soft chirp, and the other dragons answered with low rumbles. Then, a blue dragon stepped forward. Its body was sleek, and it had long silver fins on its back. Its voice was clearer, calmer. "My name is Siri," she said. "I speak for the Valeri. You have done what few humans ever have." Aiden blinked. "The Valeri. We are the children of sky and flame," Siri said. "We live in hidden places. We fly between clouds and stars. We do not show ourselves to humans. Until now." Another dragon snorted, a red one with old scars on its face. "He is a child," it growled. "Just a small human." The golden dragon turned slowly and looked at the red one. And yet, this child gave food, warmth, and healing. He expected nothing in return. "That is not small." The red dragon fell silent. Aiden took a shaky breath. "I didn't know who she was. I just found her and helped." "That," Siri said, "is why we have come." Suddenly, there was a loud scream from the house. Aiden's mother had stepped outside and saw the dragons. Her hands shook, and she dropped a pot. "Aiden," she shouted. "What are these?" Aiden waved his hands. "It's okay, Mom. They're not here to hurt us." One of the smaller dragons, glowing with silver light, fluttered over to her slowly. It carried something in its claw flower that glowed softly in pink and gold. It placed the flower gently at her feet, then bowed. Aiden's mother blinked and stepped back, but she didn't scream again. By midday, the entire backyard had changed. Dragons had cleaned the area, removed the broken fence, and made a space in the grass like a meeting place. Some dragons brought gifts: strange crystals, glowing stones, shining feathers, even fruit that sparkled. The Valeri were not just beasts, they were wise, and they were watching. Siri sat beside Aiden and explained, "We have watched humans since they came to Zeph. Some helped the planet, most only took from it. So we stayed hidden. But now," Aiden asked. "Now, one human helped us without knowing who we were," Siri said. "That changes everything." The golden dragon, his name was Ortst. "Forward again. You will always be known to the Valeri. Wherever you go, a dragon will hear your call." Aiden's eyes went wide. "Wait, for real?" "Yes," Orth said. "You are Brightheart, the one who healed Flame's daughter." Then, Luma chirped and flapped her wings. For the first time, she lifted off the ground and flew just a little above Aiden's head. She circled once and landed on his shoulder, resting her head against his cheek. "I think she likes you," Siri said with a soft laugh. Aiden laughed too, tears in his eyes. "She's my friend." Soon scientists from the colony came. They brought scanners and cameras, but the dragons didn't speak to them. They only spoke to Aiden. "They do not trust them," Siri told him. "But they trust you." The next days were like magic. The dragons taught humans how to clean water using glowing pearls. They gave seeds that grew into tall trees with healing leaves. They sang to the clouds and stopped storms before they reached the colony. And they did it all because of Aiden. People started calling him the boy who called the dragons. He still wore his old jacket. He still slept in the same room. But now, when he walked outside, people waved, they smiled, they asked him questions. Some even cried when they saw the dragons. But Aiden never acted proud. He just stayed the same quiet boy who once gave his jacket to a shaking creature in the red grass. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, Siri flew down beside him again. "There will come a day," she said, "when the Valeri must return to the skies. But our friendship will remain." Aiden nodded. "Will Luma stay?" "She has chosen you," Siri said. "She is free, but she will always return to you." Aiden looked up at the sky, where dragons flew in slow, glowing patterns like lights. "In space, I didn't do anything special, he said softly. You did, Siri replied. You showed kindness when no one watched. You gave care to a creature you didn't understand. That is what makes a hero. As the stars blinked above Zephyria, and dragons curled around the hills like sleeping fire, Aiden sat on the grass. Luma beside him. He didn't need to be the strongest, or smartest. He had done something better. He had made friends with dragons, and that changed everything.